Hey, yer. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the motherfucking job. I got five. Let's talk. Real talk. It's that time again to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another motherfucking friend. Share, like, and subscribe to this shit. Don't miss out on this shit at all. It's real talk, man. Y'all see the title. Y'all see what we talking about today, man. Um it's there. Um Today's news. Y'all see the title, y'all see what it is. Um the Jews, I mean, everybody wants to, blame the Palestinians but let's be truthful. Um it's even been reported that some of these protesters were grown men. They were they came there to for some type of animosity. They came with face mask on. What are you doing going to a protest? If you are not on campus and you're going to a protest, there should be no need for you to cover your face. There should be no need for you to bring weapons. There should be no need for none of that. But lo and behold, it was, right? Lo and behold. Uh, it's really a shame because the Jews are not being held accountable to no degree. To no degree. Um, they sitting up there, they're allowed to do, you know, uh, criminalistic behavior, not be charged. We seen that with the delayed response. Um, I'm not gonna sit up here and sound like I'm anti-Semitic or I'm anti-Jewish. I am talking about peer placed facts. Um, Again, when you have with sticks, metal poles, you don't go to the protest clashing with the other protesters. That's when the protest becomes something else. A protest is what UCLA campus did. They dug their heels in, they sat down. The only problem I have with the UCLA campus is that they blocked. And then you had alternate routes to get to the library. So it wasn't like, oh, they just took over the library. You couldn't come in. You like, nah, it wasn't even like that. They dug their heels in peacefully. They protested peacefully. Um, Now defacing property and all that ain't got to the protesters. And you come up there and you talking about these people writing on walls or things like that. That's cool. That's understandable. But what about reporting the news that this has been a peaceful protest the whole time? Especially grown ass men, grown ass Jews. Grown ass Jews came on live television, started snatching the barriers, throwing fireworks into the encampment. I mean, where is the arrest at? Where is the arrest at? Where is the campus police at to protect something peaceful? Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, was on the news today. And he was saying, first thing he said is no treatment of the Jews is going to be tolerated. And, you're not going to do this to the Jews and you're not going to do that to the Jews. And okay. So you are proving the fact that America is behind Israel 100,000%. Why do I say that? I mean, look at the UCLA campus. They were peaceful. People were getting their head busted. Men were getting attacked. I mean, just for being pro-Palestinian. So if you see how the Jews are reacting in this country, where it's supposed to be freedom, the Jews are acting in this country behind somebody saying that they are pro-Palestinian or just bringing awareness to genocide in Gaza that's being done by other Jews in the Zionist regime. I can only imagine what the Gaza people are going through. If these Jews here are so bold and barren to go to a peaceful encampment and start tension, when and where are the Jews going to start being held responsible for the violence and atrocities and criminal behavior that they display, not only in war, but in protest? When are the Jews going to be held responsible? I mean, at these LA takeovers, y'all go back through the footage, y'all see people, y'all correlate that with social media accounts, and y'all make arrests. I didn't see no police there but the news. And I'm glad the news was there, because even Gavin Newsom came out this morning and said he needs some answers for that delayed response to the protesters. But how does the governor of California, or whoever the fuck he is, because I don't care about him, how does Gavin Newsom question the response time of the LAPD, CHP, sheriffs, all that? How does he recognize and question the response time to UCLA campus when the Jews are sitting there brutalizing these people that's protesting? It wasn't just Arabs in there. I seen signs for Latinos for Palestine. I seen on the USC campus, I seen Jews liaisons with the pro-Palestinians. So it wasn't just Palestinians that was there. It was people from a lot of races. When the man was hurt on TV, I seen 2 black dudes helping him. So it was not just Palestinians there. These Jews are taking their anger out on any and everybody that has any sympathy for what's going on in Gaza. Why? This goes back to me saying that Jews are the new Nazis. No way in hell can police don't be there. This is showing you that, hey, look, man, all right, y'all got the call for the police to come. Y'all wait. Y'all let these Jews do what they do first. Nobody was arrested for attacking the protesters. These Jews are violent. These Jews are out of hand. They're displaying vast criminal behavior on a large scale. They're not just, them, when they was throwing fireworks in the encampment, it wasn't just that, oh, I know nobody's going to get hurt. They were throwing M80s, cherry bombs, half-stick dynamites, regular fireworks that could burn people. Like, this is some atrocious shit that these protesters had to go through at the hands of Jewish protesters. I don't hear nobody on the news speaking out saying that the Jewish protesters, these grown-ass men, were dead-ass wrong for attacking these college students. I mean, UCLA allowed them to be there. I mean, even up until the time, I feel that UCLA just, and this is what the Palestinians was calling for, this right here. The Palestinians, those pro-Palestinian protesters were able to set up an encampment and be peaceful, even when they took over the parts of the library, like the entrance parts. I'm not saying the inside. the entrance, the outer parts of the lie, till the night these grown Jewish men came. When the grown Jewish men came, they immediately started being violent. Even the protesters, the counter protesters that started setting up, they set up a jumbotron. Okay, you got the right to do that. But then late at night, you're blaring music, you're shining lights, you're not letting these original protesters go to sleep. So what does that mean? You are causing tension and friction amongst a peaceful protest, and you need to be out of there. Now, some might sit up here and say, "Oh, Pharaoh, you know, you're anti-Jewish and you're displayed by these Jewish people," and nobody is fucking saying nothing. Nobody is out there saying, "Oh, look at these Jews." Nobody is out there saying, "Oh, look what they're doing." But everybody can go out there and say, "Oh, look at these Muslims, look at these terrorists, look at these Arabs," and put everybody else in the category, right? But when somebody displays actions that they're with the Israeli government and genocide, people still say nothing. And that's what these protesters was calling for on the UCLA campus. They were calling for awareness to things like this, that no matter what the Jews do, nobody's gonna do nothing. Somebody needs to be held accountable in the JDL. Because you guys are letting these people run rampant with their violent behavior. You're allowing it. The JDL is allowing it. The JDL is in cahoots with the Zionist regime. So if you can tell a Palestinian protester that he is anti-Semitic because he has called an awareness to the genocide in Israel, but you're not racist because you go up there and you attack these people just for calling for awareness, what kind of hate do you have in your heart, man? What kind of hate did what type of violence did these protesters bring to you to where the Jews are able to get away with what they're doing? It's that time again to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another motherfucking friend. Share, like, and subscribe to this. Don't miss out on this. You know, today's episode is just being truthful about the protests and awareness that, you know, that is happening. You know, and it's funny to me because my page first came out that the Jews started to, excuse me. Hello? Yes, this is him. Who's calling? Okay. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My legs, just sometimes my leg, it starts twitching. Yeah, it's the right leg. Uh, yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, thank you. All right. All right. You have a nice day. Man, thank you for holding on, man. Shit, man. In- uh, man, where was I at, man? Somebody doing, man. Let me know where I was at. I forgot where I left off at. Um, Also, if y'all have any comments, what I'm saying, we can interact. I can get you live on here. Also, I can send you the link. You feel me? So again, how can you, as just a common mind, a news reporter, reporting the news that, these people are out here and, I mean, Channel 5 did say a little few things, like they did make sure that they did say that these were grown men, but there is no follow up. This is when you really show what these people are doing. There is no follow up. Anything else? I mean, if you look at the news tonight, it'd be something that happened tonight that will be followed up, that was important, that will be followed up maybe the next 2 to 3 days. There is no actual follow up to where they are exposing these Jewish counter protesters as violent. They're not. Um, and it, like I said, it just shows the fact that um, these people are being violent, and if they can do this here and get away with it, I mean, people, they were hitting people over the head, they were jumping people, choking people out. These people had a right to defend themselves. They had a right to defend themselves. So instead of putting the spotlight on the Jewish people that came to counter protest with violence and weapons, they just let it go. They turned a blind eye to everything. And I'm gonna say it again: the only violent protest to me was Columbia University in New York. I know I think it was the first episode this season, I kept saying Columbus. That was my fault. I was wrong. Um, I guess I'm dyslexia or whatever, because I kept meaning Columbia. Um, but they started breaking windows. They started to, do some just out of line shit. Sometimes you have to protest. Sometimes, you know, that's what I was getting at. Thank you. So the next day, back to these grown men, these grown Jewish men that came to antagonize, disrupt, and violently demonstrate their outrage against these protesters. The next day, the following day, that's when the school started saying, hey, it's an unlawful protest. Y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do that. Now y'all getting involved once the Jews are starting to react violent. So now y'all want them to go because the Jews telling y'all that they need to go. That's showing favoritism. That's showing favoritism. Delayed response when the pro-Palestinian protesters was being brutalized. You allowed them to set up a counter protest right adjacent to them with the Jumbotron, antagonizing them while they going to sleep, you know, blasting music. Then they come in at nighttime throwing fireworks, brutalizing people. I mean, how much violence and how much intrusion do these nigga, the police come out real quick. It's to show that America doesn't even give about what's going on in Gaza. They paying you lip service. They not sitting up here like, oh yeah, you know, what's the demands? You saw nobody came to talk to the people at UCLA. You know why? Because they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And by y'all showing that y'all don't give a fuck about what's going on, y'all should heed the warnings that this is, it could spill over into something that I don't even really want to see. But you so hooked on and dick riding Israel and these fake ass Jews for so long that y'all came back out. Where's the lie at? That's what I want to know. Where's the lie at? And like I said the other day, the Israeli government is producing this hate. You know, and you know, sometimes when you have pride in your race, and I'm talking about for the Jews, you know, I understand having pride for your race. I understand being pro-Israeli. I understand being pro-Jewish. I mean, I get it. I'm black. My people were stolen from Nigeria, brought to America, enslaved, treated bad, segregated, shitted on, hated on, and all that continues today in a systematic way. So I mean, I feel it. I get it. You know, I'm a black nationalist, but I'm a Muslim first. Muslim first. I get it. But what I don't get is, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why are you mad that people are calling for awareness because you're doing fuckery? Because you are sitting up there allowing these people to commit crimes. The American government needs to be held accountable for what these Jews are doing. They just try to make it law that being anti-Semitic is like you going to jail. Like to be We were slaves here in America. Nigga, ain't nothing happened to the Jews here. So why the fuck are y'all protecting them like that? Ain't shit happened to the Jews like that, not in America. Not in America, nigga, y'all got all the money. Y'all own all the television shows. Y'all own Hollywood. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Let people bring awareness to their causes. Nigga, you bring awareness to yours, ain't shit happened to a Jew in America. But as soon as you say anything about anything that the Jews don't like, you're anti-Semitic. I don't give a fuck what the Jews don't like. And they showing you that if you with our enemies, you are enemy. These people that were protesting did not do nothing violent to nobody, but yet they were trampled upon, they were spit upon, they were brutalized, they were hit, they were beat. I mean, this was at the hands of grown Jewish men, not no other students. These were people that came to the protest looking for trouble. They came looking for trouble. So what do you mean that the activity, the criminality of the protest that the Jews was doing? What about that? What about, you know what I'm saying, these motherfuckers just getting away with straight assault? Where's UCLA at? They did nothing to protect these people. They let them build their encampment, allowed them to protest peacefully with no interference. But why is it when the Jews come into the play, it got violent? Violence was not a part of the protest at all. Maybe even if they were taking over the school, the protest was not violent. Let's complain about kids not being able to go to school to bring awareness to that. This is what you got to do. These are the things that you got to disrupt in order to bring line up on the street and protest all day. America's only showing you that they're going to come with the police and they're going to shut you down. And people need to wake up and see what these Jews are doing. These people need to wake up and see what these Jews are actually doing out here. Thank you. Dumb black guy goes on YouTube live telling me Jews are violent. Meanwhile, y'all are literally ripping college campuses apart. You retard. They literally were taking over parts of the campus. Excuse me, dumb. But let's go back to what I was saying, that the campus at USC, that protest was done peacefully. So you telling to that she posted something that had nothing to do with the school. Nothing to do with the school. She posted something that she felt. That's her freedom. Her freedom of choice is a freedom of speech, and she has that right. But that right was snatched from her when she put that up there, and then her valedictorian speech was taken from her. So they stopped her freedom of speech. Dumb. UCLA campus, the protest and the encampment was peaceful. They didn't hit nobody. They didn't beat nobody up. Until the Jews came and the Jews started trying to tear down the encampment, take encampment out, you feel me? Not until then. So you want to say dumb black guy? This is showing the racial bias that these Jewish people have. They hate the truth. Look at him. He hates the truth. I'm retarded because I'm speaking facts. These were grown men that went to a school to harm children and students that are paying their way through school. But it's okay for the Jews just to come and just to disrupt that and be violent, huh? And now you're saying white Jews. I'm glad you said that. Because in order to be a Jew, you have to be Semitic. You have to be a Semite. You have to be. And I'm sorry to be the one that tells you, no one that is calling themselves today no Caucasian that's claiming to be a Jew is an actual Jew. They are Jew by culture. They are not Jew by standard. They are not Jew by originality. Because why? Khazars. That's why you said white Jew. And no, I don't hate white Jews. I just hate I hate the actions of anybody that reacts in the totality of violence against something that is peaceful. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I mean, now you're gay. You're saying homosexual things. I'm glad that you have the time, Dingle Daquan, to come on my live to my podcast and to just show stupidity. Just to show stupidity. The topic is Jews are not being held accountable for the counter protests that they are doing, and it's violent. The Jews are reacting violent, but yet they want people to be on their side. How do you get people to be on your side when you're not allowing anybody to protest or bring awareness to genocide in Gaza? How is that effective? Yes. They are fake Jews. They are fake Jews. But thank you. Whoever my moderator is on here, good looking out, man. I appreciate that, man, because you got them on here. Yes, I mean the Black Americans are the real Jews. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's why if you see when I talk about these people that call themselves Jews, I say those that call themselves Jews. Like the Quran says, those that call themselves Jews, the Yahudi, the Jew, the one that says he's a Jew, but he's not a Jew. I'm Muslim, but I'm not Arab. Now, my culture is Islam, but I'm a Black nationalist. You see the difference of that? You can be a white Jew. You can be a Caucasian Jew, but you are not the chosen people. And I mean, I get it that you are some of the most violent people on earth, the most stingiest, the most greediest, the most downtrodden people on earth. I mean, I get it. Everybody you feel has hated on you. But let's be honest. Instead of the Jewish community doing something, they turn a blind eye to it. And then they say, oh, you're anti-Semitic. You're anti-Semite. How? You're not a Semite. You're not even Jewish. Yes, they are Gentiles. Yes, they are Gentiles. For sure, they are Gentiles. I love mulattoes too. I don't shy away from the comments, man. Moderator, let them go. Moderator, let them do their thing, man. Let them do their thing on here today. Let them do their thing on here today because they mad. They mad. They mad because Benjamin Netanyahu is the new Hitler. You mad at me for that? Like, what's wrong with y'all? I love mulattoes. I don't care. I don't care. But that, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was exposed for the fact that not even exposed. He was depicted as a bad man for saying the white man is the devil. But what he said following that statement is more important than him saying the white man is the devil. He said the white man is the devil, but the worst devil is a black devil because you will never see him coming. And this is the knowledge that he gave to us, but we allowed those Caucasians to just put our eyes on. He said the white man is the devil. And the reason why we fucked up today is because we never understood the rest of that statement. We never got the finishing part of that sentence. He said the worst devil is a black devil because you will let him come in and he'll get to you every time because he looks just like you. So, it's also, yes. So a lot of things. Hold on, man. Who's moderating on here, man? Um, um, I appreciate that, James. Yeah, man, this is all I do. I try to, just speak on things that people not only be scared to speak on it, but speak on it from a legit aspect, not just to, my dislikement for what they do. Because even though if you dislike somebody, it could still be things within them or within their community that is good. And you can't just is bring light to these type of people within your community. So I always I appreciate it. I'm always speak the facts for the people, for the cause. And I appreciate it if you share this, share it, run some views, some likes, and just get people to, tune into the channel, man. I appreciate it. White people have caused the most destruction on earth. We don't even have to talk about nuclear warfare to the slaughters of millions of people and animals. Everything that is almost destructive to man's behavior has been brought in by them. What I was about to say, I don't want to get just too much just on white people. I'm not a hater of white people, but I do know the facts and I do know the history behind a lot of the things of how they got in power and their destruction. But this isn't a channel of hate. This is a channel of free speech. This is a channel of, really putting out the facts there. Today's not one of those days though, bro. No disrespect. Today is just about these protesters and that how people need to get behind these protesters and get behind this movement and really bring awareness to the cause that these protesters are going through. Not just, they having to sleep outside in the cold, in the tents, but the animosity, the hatred that they have to put up with after protesting, after being recognized that they were there at the encampment. I mean, nowadays you can't even protest. You can't even say anything that against the Jews or what the so-called Jews are doing without having some type of backlash being put towards you. We didn't see none of the protesters, the counter protesters that were reacting violent. We didn't see none of them go to jail. We didn't see none of them go to jail. We didn't see none of them put in handcuffs, charged with nothing. But we have seen that these protesters are being charged with trespassing. They're being charged with violence, graffiti. They're being all type of charges, a slew of charges. But the thing about it is, how are they being charged with being peaceful? The aggression with them. What about them? Yes, yes. Yes, I mean, to be honest, I mean, that is a good thing right there. Sagittarius, hey, thank you for sitting up in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Tuning in. Salute our time again. To tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to share, like, and subscribe to it. Don't miss out on it. Yes, it's about time that they are held accountable for what they are doing. And that is the thing. If a protester has to be accountable for graffiti, for bringing awareness to things, so shall the counter protest. But this is what I'm telling y'all, and this is not hate. I'm telling y'all, they are showing you guys that they are not just in cahoots, not inclined, not in line. They are one mind, one body, one movement with the Jewish community. They're showing you that. They're showing you the delayed response to the UCLA uproar. How do you know it's a protest and the violence kicks off? The news camera is there, but the response is delayed from the police. Those same ones that are here to serve and to protect. How? Exactly, Sagittarius, the United States of Israel. Facts. And some of y'all might say, oh, Sagittarius, what are you talking about? Israel, who told the Jews that they could go to Israel and take that land from the Palestinians in 1948? And some of y'all might, oh, it was Jews there before. Exactly. They were Jews there before, living underneath Muslim rule. Then none of these problems with the Jews start until these new Jews came in 1948. Am I lying? Am I lying? Y'all told them they could go to Africa. I think it was the Congo. Y'all told them that they could go to Australia. And y'all told them that they could go to Israel. They told y'all they would rather go to Israel because, and it's the founder of Zionism. It told them that we would rather go to Israel because we have a more inclined reality with Israel in the homeland than anywhere else. But they are not Jews. This is the Zionist formation. This is when Zionists formed. Zionism formed during this time and placed them there for their own state. That is not a Jewish state. That is a Zionist state. Everybody says the Jews this, the Jews that. It's not the Jews. These people are Zionists. They're Zionists. So when they took the land over, this is when the times started to, unravel. Now, when the Jews started to get in these protests, that's when the things started to unravel. Who went to jail? Who is being looked at the bad guy? In America, the bad guy is the protester that's protesting peacefully and non-violently. He's on his Martin Luther King Jr. shit and still getting treated like Martin Luther King Jr. did. And then you have the Palestinians and the Arabs that don't want these people here and to some degree don't want them to have the total control over their land that they do not originally own. So it's like this when it comes to the Jews. In America, they getting away with shit with the Zionists. The Zionists are getting away with shit in America, and the Zionists are getting away with shit in Palestine. And then you have these Jews that don't even know that they are supporting Zionism. So when you talk about their antics and you're talking about their behavior and you're talking about their violent retributions, they say you're anti-Semitic and you're anti-Jewish. How? Stop being violent. And I won't have to be anti-anything. Thank you, Sagittarius. Yeah, you know I ain't lying. I don't get that, James. Israel is rejecting the people that took over. They have highest skin rates in the world. I mean, the true Jews, Sagittarius, as me and the brother was speaking, I mean, they black, just like Jesus was black. But it's okay to call yourself a Jew because you like the culture. You indulge in the culture. I get it. But some of these Jews are not against Zionism. Those that call themselves Jews, a lot of them are not against Zionism. They know what's going on. They know the brutality in its totality and the violence that it is taking for them to come out victorious. They know the strategies, the evil strategies that these people deploy. They know it, and they with it. They with it. You know, the Jews are doing what, you know, they're doing the same thing that the Caucasian occupiers did here. I mean, they're still doing. There's nothing to it. Yes, some Jews, some of these Caucasian Jews are against Zionism, and we've seen that unfold at these encampments, but they don't want you to know that. They want you just to think that, oh, you know, they're against all Jews. You saw when the Jews from USC, the Jewish student and the Palestinian student was on the news, you see they never showed the USC campus again because the Jews, some of them Jews from USC were on and in that protest with the Palestinians. And then you had that one Jewish dude that got on TV 2 times in a row at the news. It's like he was a plot, like he was put there, like, oh yeah, they're finna go shoot the news again. Go and say that you're unsafe and you're unhappy and you feel threatened. Go. How do you get, like, it's systematically done. Yeah. I mean, it is the government, but you know, the Zionist government in Nigeria from the Igbo tribe, and they sterilize. Now, what is your mean for sterilizing those that come to the land of Israel? Why are you sterilizing them? For what? The Bible says that God created us to replenish the earth, to repopulate the earth for our own pleasure, our gain, but for a righteous pleasure and a righteous gain. Why are you sterilizing these blacks that are coming to the land of Israel? Yeah, he was a plant. Yeah, he was a plant. And that's the thing that people have to realize, that this dude got on TV twice and was able to say some weird shit. He said, this guy took, I'm going to be a victim, and ran with it, laughing my ass off. That's why we laugh at y'all instead of changing or getting better. Y'all say it's the Jew, and bitch, get better, improve your shit culture. I mean, listen, Dingleberry. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody steals everything from us. The swagger, the styles, the clothes, the look. I mean, come on, man. But I get it, though. You hate us because you can't be us. I get it. And you're a troller. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I mean, you know, your bad you woke up this morning on the wrong side of the bed every day of your life. My bad you don't get no pussy. My bad you can't find nobody to love your depleted life. My bad. But carry on. And you talking about the shit culture and you feel me, all this and all that. But you're on my life. You're taking time out of your day to text to my live. Thank you. I mean, yeah, it's population control. Both, you know, y'all right, population control, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a population control. And that's what it is. And we got to understand that. We got to understand that what's being done, what's being, what's being allowed out here. You know, we got to, do things. And we definitely got to stick together. We definitely got to share, like people comment, especially when it's true. And it's something that uplift us, something that brings us, to a point in our life to make us go, let me think about something else. That's what we need to do, because other people do it, but we don't do it that good. We don't be consistent with it. And that's what we need. What we need is each other's help. We don't need no outsiders' help. What we need is other blacks to help us. That's what we need. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be back. Yeah, they want our good shit, Sagittarius. Hey, I like that. I like that quote. They want our rhythm, but not our blues. Yeah, yeah. They want our rhythm, but not our blues. I gotta write that down. You know what I'm saying? They want our rhythm. I like that statement. And that's true. You know, um, yes, James. We are the most influenced people on earth. Like, and we know it, but it's about taking things for granted, like colors, right? The reason why paint is so free Israel from what? Free Israel from what, my boy? Let's give Dingleberry a shot at saying what he wants to say. Dingleberry, free Israel from what, my boy? Go ahead. You got the floor, Dingleberry. Go ahead, Dingleberry. Tell me what you want Israel to be free from. Because if Israel is in captivation, if Israel is in some type of trouble, please make me aware of it. Because I don't know nothing about Israel that needs to be free. I don't. So anyway, yeah, we the most, but like I was saying, it's like seeing colors. You see colors all day and you take them for granted. Oh, that's a nice white. Oh, that's whatever. But then when them colors are combined, you know what I'm saying? And then they're put in a systematic area. Like, I love that systematic, if y'all don't know. They're put in a it's a word that's escaped me. When you put these colors together, when they're on the same platform, you have a better appreciation. You now you see the colors. Oh, I see these colors every day, but here they are. They look, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is with us. We know that we the original people. We know that if we come together, we'll do this. We know that we cook the best food, but we don't do it. We don't do it. We don't stick together. We don't strengthen in numbers. You know what I'm saying? But we got to. We have to. You know what I mean? Yes, and we need to stop letting that trauma be passed down for years, especially the trauma that we are receiving from our governments. We have to stop that. We have to stop letting them control the narrative. Just like Dingleberry and his friends want to control the narrative that Israel ain't free, that Israel is peaceful, and that these so-called Jews are protesting, counter-protesting peaceful. Nah, man, lie. No, we not gonna let y'all run these stories no more. Yeah, you feel me? Talk about that, Dingleberry, because if we can't do it, God will. I'm not, too much gonna speak on that because I don't want people to start, oh, you anti-Semitic, because they just don't know. You have been entrapped in the mindset that these are the real Jews, so you allow yourself to get aggravated. You allow yourself to be manipulated mentally because you have been set back. You have set back and accept these lies all this time. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Sagittarius. I really brought you that. I'm really glad you brought that up because in Africa right now is being something that is going through Africa. They're kicking the Jews out. They're not doing no business with Jews. They only going with each other. And we need to take a page from that. We need to literally get our news out there. We need to literally get our thought out there. We need to literally get what the people are thinking. Hence, that's why it's called I Got Five, Let's Talk. What you want to talk about? How you want to do it? You know, what you want to bring awareness to? And I got another page, it's called Let Us Talk. So I appreciate y'all for subscribing to the page. I appreciate y'all if y'all go and subscribe to Let Us Talk 688. That's my other channel. I'm going to be doing other things on that channel as well. I mean, we know why they can't say nothing about the Jews. Because the Jews own media. The Jews own the paper, the newspaper. The Jews own everything. And then when you say this, it's like you're anti-Semitic. How? Is it not true? Is it not true that, thank you, I appreciate it. Salute, Sagittarius, I appreciate it. Is it not true that the Jews own the media? Is it not true that the Jews own Hollywood? Is it not true that the Jews own the newspaper? Is it not true that the Jews own Wall Street? Is it not true that the Jews cornered the market on some of the highest tech intel in the world? I mean, it's no coincidence, man. But yeah, these Jewish protesters are violent. Anybody that's going out to but it's like Cat Williams said, these devils can't do nothing. They can't stop nothing. What can these devils do? The devil has no power. The power that he does have, it was given to him by God. These devils can't do nothing. These devils control the narrative of criminality. They control the narrative of having your mind off a true and direct path. They control that, but they don't control nothing that's real. They don't control the truth. They don't control that share, like, and subscribe button. That's where we fall short at. That's where we fall short at. We fall short because we don't share, like, and subscribe. We don't let people know that we like this content. We don't let people know that, yeah, just like we like Gucci, we like this channel. We don't do that. We do not do that. And like I said, these protesters on these counter protesters that was on the UCLA campus, I mean, they were grown men. They came masked up with weapons. They had no problem displaying violent behavior. They had no problem trying to injure people. They had no problem of becoming criminals, becoming hooligans. They had no problems with it. Why? To my analogy, is the reason why they had no problems with it because they know it's people in high places that are on their sides. Why you think the police response was delayed? Even Governor Gavin Newsom said they got to be answers for that. It just looked funny. It just looked funny. But they're not going to keep putting that part out. Governor Gavin Newsom asked why the response was delayed. They're not going to say that because then that puts the spotlight on the negativity of those that call themselves Jews, the counter protesters. Yes, it's always the majority. It's always the minority that takes over the majority because the majority are always divided within themselves. Instead of the majority saying, hey, we all ain't liking what's going on, let's change it, we don't do it. I mean, yes, I think that everything, James, is I think that everything is taught to us. Criminality is a mind state that brings about actions. Now, you could think criminal activity, but if you don't do it, you won't be charged with it. But if you think criminal activity and you do it, you're a criminal. Straight criminal. What do you mean? So, like you said, it's been taught to us. So we, just like it's been a learned behavior, we have to unlearn this behavior. We have to know that that homosexuality is wrong. And I'm not against homosexuals. What I am against is trannies. For you to say that God only made a mistake with you and that you want to cut certain things off that God gave you that was special to you, and you cut your blessings off, I don't see how you can say you believe in God. I don't. I mean, and that's where I'm going to leave that. I don't have a problem with homosexuals. Is it wrong? Yes, it's wrong. Is smoking weed wrong? Yes. And you're a man. That's your own business. That's your own business. But I'm not out here telling nobody, hey, you know what I'm saying? No. You want to be mad at somebody, be mad at God. God is the one that said he made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. They don't really control the earth neither. Oh, I like that comment right there. I like that comment. He says, we just got a comment. Jews are notoriously belligerent. Jews are notorious belligerent or something. You greasy towel head. First of all, I'm Nigerian. I'm not an Arab. So I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate thinking that I was Arab. I mean, shit, good looking out, you know, but I'm not. I'm Nigerian. But also, thank you for pointing out that Jews are notoriously belligerent. They are. They are not held accountable for nothing. Facts. Sagittarius say colonialism is worldwide since the whites became into existence. Yes, they brought out of the Caucasus Mountains. It's sad to say that the Caucasian race has never gave nothing to humanity. Everything that they did was stolen. They piggybacked off somebody else and took their ideas. Only thing that is long lasting that the Caucasian race has brought out to the world is war, genocide, incest. I mean, just, you know, all type of foul stuff, you know. And you can be mad at me and be like, you know, Pharaoh, you talking bad about whites, you're racist, you're this, you're that. I can't help but to state the facts in that I'm black. I mean, it is what it is, dude. The Caucasians came out the mountains, and the world has been getting turned upside down ever since. Not my fault. Not my fault. Yeah, on my mama, James. You see, like, I'm not. You're gonna expose yourself. You're gonna expose yourself. You know, and that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? He just proved it. So, you know, yes, whites is the last form of people that came into civilization. You know, let's not forget about, and this is what I mean when I state the facts. Prior to 711 AD, Europe was in what we call the Jahilil state, the days of ignorance, or the dark times. Europe was in a state of the dark ages, meaning they had no philosophy, they had no conscious thought, they had no running water, they had no street lights, they didn't bathe, they didn't wash themselves, they ate till they threw up, and then nigga, that's where vomit comes into vomitorium. They had vomitoriums that they would go somewhere and they would eat so much that they would go into the vomitorium, throw up, and come back and eat. So there's nothing really that the Caucasian race has brought to humanity that is of sound nature. Yes, they are the new race, bro. JC, they the crooked race. Whites have, I mean, the difference between that Sagittarius that, and thank you for Saggy for letting me know what it's called, the Dark Ages. The Caucasian race is they oppress themselves, and that's why we really don't hear about it. One of the biggest calls for help from the Caucasians, they don't like to put this out there, that in 7-11, I forgot what letter to the Moorish commander of the army in the Caliph Vandals. The Vandals were like Vikings. They were plumaging the earth. They were raping people. You know, they were taking everything. So they asked the Muslims, and this is what a lot of people just say, that the Muslims, that the Moors just went into Spain and conquered Spain. No, we were asked to come and help out, but they had no plan to. After the Vandals were displaced, they had no plan to do anything. So the Muslims, the blacks, the Moors saw this, gave them enlightenment, gave them knowledge, science, algorithms, algebra, running water, glass windows, bathe. So they brought them a whole lot that brought them into the age of enlightenment. They don't never want to call it, oh yeah, we was in the dark ages, but that's what you called it, the dark ages. What is the dark ages? We don't know no better. The enlightenment, we're knowing better. Then the revolution, that's because we know better. We came from here, now we know, we ain't trying to do all that shit. We just trying to rob, rape, maim, fuck everything up. That's what we trying to do. And that's what they did. After the French Revolution and all that, look what they did. They dispelled their tentacles out into the world to take over. For what reason? Violence. Some JC, some crooked, some do argue that white is a mutation because some did something wrong and you went against what he said, he will make you a leper. And we all know that by being a leper, people lepers, and he would tell you, don't interact, don't have children with them. And some people argue that this is the form of the white race. But getting into melatonin, I don't have that much, but I have more than a white man. This neuromelanin, if you go look it up, it tells you that the darker you are, the more inclined you are to do right. You have a higher connection with God. You have the tendency not to do evil, but when you're white, you have no neuromelanin in you. So if you're not on the high scale or more connection with God, then what are you? More connection with the devil, more in line and inclined to do what's wrong and to be evil. Look up neuromelanin and everything in neuromelanin. What is the opposite of that? You have neuromelanin, which is those that have color. And then you have Caucasian, which has no color. So if they have no neuromelanin in them, if on this side neuromelanin says you have neuromelanin, you are more inclined to do right. But if you're Caucasian, you have no neuromelanin, you're more inclined to do, it's only obvious. Yes, JC. Yes, JC. Just like Sagittarius said, it was the Dark Ages. The Moors brought them out. But one thing I will give the Spaniards is they don't really. What they try to do is build over that history, just like they build over the Mayas. They try to diminish or dismantle that part without dismantling it. They feel that if we write more books about what happened after, or we stay focused on this. But if you ask them, they'll be like, oh yeah, the Moors, but they won't put the emphasis on it that needs to be. So yes, the Moors brought them out of the Dark Ages. True. Yes, eating raw meat, no bathing, Sagittarius. Facts. Yes, this is how they thrive in white supremacy. The uncivilized ways. True and correct. Facts. I mean, I don't know, JC saying Noah was an albino. But even if Noah was an albino, right? This shows the mercy on your account. I'm not saying that this is something that I believe, but I'm taking what you're saying. If Noah was an albino and Noah was a prophet or a messenger, to show his all-forgiving mercy, his all-forgiving guidance, his all-forgiving knowledge, that even though Noah might have been among those that were cursed into being albino, he was still forgiven and was still a good man, that where God saved him and destroyed everybody else. Now, I don't believe that Noah was of the albinos, but if it is true, that is when they asked Jesus, show us a miracle. It's a miracle. Allah has so much mercy, and his mercy is so deep that he'll forgive anybody and show them the way. So I don't know that, but if that's true, that's cool. I don't know why my comments are being held. I'm not seeing why I'm not understanding why. Yes, the white man is like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. Yes, he is the devil. And through history, we have been taught to civilize them. But that don't mean we go mate with them. I have my own views. I don't want to get off topic, but yeah, that don't mean we go mate with them. Because JC, that's why they're doing all this with the blotting out the sun, with this big smoke cloud and all that. They doing that because blacks do need the sun to survive. That's our direct connection. So if they blot out the sun, that's what blotting out the sun is. They're trying to get everybody to turn white, because if you don't have the sun and it's not that hot, the sun is burning your skin to make you darker, to give you neuromelanin to combat that. But it's a wrap now. Those that have neuromelanin are going to be the only ones to have neuromelanin. That's why these white women are trying to get impregnated by black men, because they want their children to last. And being Caucasian without neuromelanin, you can't last. So they want to block out the sun in order that people have less and Sagittarius. Yes, you're right. They suppress the Moors' influence, but the history is still there if we seek it out. Yes, that's true. You feel me? I mean, yes, JC, he could still be black, but what I'm saying is that if Noah was turned to albino, Yeah, his people could have been black, but God tells you in the Bible, don't mix with the albino or the lepers. The albinos are the offspring of the lepers. You know what I'm saying? That's the mutation of the black gene. I don't please check that out, JC. Cause you know one thing we don't really like to do. Um, we don't like to like spread too many false news, but that's why, you know, I wanted to say that even if he was, it's to show the mercy of Allah, you know, the guidance of Allah. Because Allah says in the Quran, he tells the Jews, he says that if you are the chosen people of God and you believe this wholeheartedly, beg him to kill you right now, send you to heaven, if that's so true. But they won't do it because they know that they're not true. Like, Allahu Alam, Allah knows best. I can sit up here and say, I'm Nigerian, I'm a slave. Yes, I'm probably from the Igbo people. I'm probably from the original. Yeah, Sagittarius, they took my page almost a year ago because I was talking about the Jews. And they said I was hitting them with false hate and all this. But I'm not saying nothing that can't be fact checked. You know what I mean? You could go through history and see the things. But this is why I say we must share, like, comment, and subscribe to these type of channels, because the more the algorithm works in the likes, the algorithm works with the likes, the algorithm works with the shares and the watch time. Y'all have to know that by this algorithm, people watching, liking, sharing, it gets it out there more into people's feeds. It sends it more into people's shorts. It sends it more into their timeline. So this is why, you know, a lot of people be like, oh, share, like, and comment. Yeah, that's cool for their shit. But for our shit, this is why it's necessary, because we need people to be aware and have access to these type of talks, man. People can't shy away from it. Yeah, they've been reporting my page, JC. I know they have. I know they do. That's all they do. Yes, God's greatest gift to us is melanin. And we kind of take advantage of that because he gave it to us, but we go about it in a derogatory manner because of our melanin. But their false characteristics define how we act. And we have everything. We don't need their input. You know, we're not the ones that needed to be civilized. Cain was even an albino, because in order for Cain to be albino, I gotta go back to my moderators because I don't know how. My bad. I don't know how these. I'm not being able to, because I don't like the fact that I keep got to clicking on things that you are saying. But Sagittarius, some of your comments I gotta prove them, but I thought I put down, you know, not hold all comments, any comments. Yes, the whites steal your organs. It's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like JC, the reason why I can't really hold that or really speak on that, because if we are of the sound mind state that God created Adam and Eve and they were both black, maybe he turned Cain leopard for killing his brother. And they said that he'd have a mark that everybody would know him by. Maybe so. Maybe so. But I am of the belief that to a certain degree, the story of Adam and Eve is the story of Caucasians. I mean, I am of the certainty. I am of the dialogue. I am of the school of thought that Cain and Abel's, I mean, Adam and Eve's story is a story of Caucasians. I honestly believe that. All right. All right. Yeah, my page is having a lot of difficulties. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna come right back. Um, when I come back, I would like to talk to y'all about Brittany Griner and the things that she is saying now and the things that she went through. For those that know about Brittany Griner, you know what she went through. She's saying that she wanted to commit suicide. I want to talk about that when I come back on. I'll finish shut it down. Thank y'all for joining. Please share, like, subscribe. Don't miss this shit. Hey, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. But I'm finna get back on, man.